Alright, hey everybody, what's going on? This is Levi here from the WoClan, and today I'm going to be bringing you guys a gameplay on the map raid. I can't remember the exact score, unfortunately, it wasn't showing for me, and unfortunately also in the first half I forgot to take down the little thing that shows like your kills and stuff at the bottom in theater mode, but that will go away for the second half, so don't worry. But anyway, guys, I am going to be bringing you a video just talking about my speech about how video games do and or do not affect real life violence, and you know, a bunch of you guys said that you wanted to listen to that, so that's what I'm going to be doing. On one other note, I'm going to be making a video tomorrow. Drifter, if you know him, he's another famous commentator, made a commentary about getting in shape and stuff, and he wants other people to do it, and I'm going to be doing that too. I've already kind of been working out recently, trying to get into shape, but if you don't know, I am currently 5'10", and I only weigh about 110 pounds, which is really, really underweight, guys. I'm almost what you would call full-size grown man, and I weigh about, you know, 60% of what one should weigh. So I'm not terribly out of shape, but I definitely could use some more muscle and stuff like that. So I'll be bringing you guys updates on that probably like twice a week. But regardless, I'm going to be showing you this speech here, or I'm just going to be reading you the speech here and letting you guys know. So one thing I wanted to say though real quick is that this speech, I had a prop when I was speaking. I was talking about specifically Call of Duty Black Ops and the Call of Duty series, but I was talking about all video games in general. So just kind of keep that in mind here, and here we go. In just 15 years, video game sales have quadrupled, posing the threat of becoming a new dominant source of media. Over those same years, from 1995 until 2008, violent crime has plummeted, dropping by 49%. In spite of this fact, violent video games are now under attack for desensitizing players to violence, rewarding players for doing so. However, violent games are not to blame for these ideas. Violence in games contributes to only a small amount of media violence and has not been proven to encourage violent actions, and even provides a player with many benefits. Violence in games cannot be accused of encouraging these violent behaviors. Violence in games makes up for only a very small amount of violence viewed by the public every day. Only 15% of games sold receive a rating of M for mature content, meaning that it has content designed for those only 17 years and older. We see that only a small portion of games sold to the public may even have intense violence in them, as deemed by the Entertainment Software Rating Board, more commonly known as the ESRB. Another reason games are not responsible is because they are mostly sold to an older demographic than one might think. The average age of a video game player is 33 years old. At this age, the brain is completely developed, and games will have little influence on desensitizing the mind. Therefore, violence will have a lesser impact on their thoughts and actions. Finally, games have not been in the interest of attackers, as referred to by the U.S. Secret Service. In a survey they conducted in 2004, it showed that 1/8 of attackers of violent crimes conveyed an interest in violent games. This was far less than other common interests of these attackers. Here we can see that only a small amount of violence is in the media every day that relates to video games. While violence in games has been accused of corresponding with real-life violence, it can be proven that games are not the cause. One of the main factors ignored by those who believe violent games increase violence is that many who play these games are by nature becoming more aggressive as they mature, thus producing interest in the games and actions. Another misconception of games is that they influence violence that creates these feelings. Experts believe while video games may at most affect the form of violence, it does not have the ability to create feelings of violence. Finally, most importantly, supporters of violent video games rely on common sense to solve the problem, saying that mentally healthy children will not become violent killers by playing video games. Here we can see that common sense shows us that the choice of a video game will not influence somebody to kill another human. Finally, after seeing how video games are not responsible for violent actions, we were able to see the benefits that games bring to our culture. While gaming violence is often rebuked as desensitizing players to violence, we can see that it actually provides benefit, as violence in games allows players to experience situations like war, violence, and death without real-life consequences. Those who oppose video games also think that they provide violent feelings. However, games can actually get rid of these emotions. It is neglected that video games are used to provide a safe outlet for angry and aggressive feelings in a non-physical manner. Finally, while games are often viewed as a hobby that is poor for both mental and physical aspects, it can help by being relaxing for the players. In a recent survey, 45% of boys who played violent games reported that it helped them get rid of their anger, and 62% responded that they played it because it helped them relax. We can see that violence in games can be a benefit to players through these various ways. While violence in games has been opposed since it began, I asked you to show your approval of these games, understanding that they are a hobby that help players relax and enjoy their free time. Video games such as Call of Duty are successful because they are meant to be enjoyable, and their content should not be ridiculed of anything else. Well, there you go, guys. That was my speech on video game violence that I wrote and I had to conduct for class. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It took me about, I don't know, maybe a week or so to write it, and I had to present it in front of my class. Another thing that kind of stunk is I had to memorize it. It wasn't something I could read off the paper, so that kind of stunk. But if you're not in high school yet, that's the sort of thing they ask you to do, public speaking, but more on your own accord rather than just reading something off a paper. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. Like I said, I'm going to be doing that kind of fitness challenge type thing, and I'm going to be bringing you updates on that, I think, twice a week. Maybe I'll probably do once on a weekend and then once on like a Wednesday. Wednesday for me is usually the most open day of the week where I can you know, just talk and do commentaries and chill out and play video games. So I think that's what I'm going to do. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm going to let the gameplay kind of finish up here because I thought it was a really good match. I can't remember my exact score. I think it was something like 60-4 or something like that. I'll have to find out here in a bit. But regardless, thank you so much for watching, everybody. This has been Levi here from the BuzzCutPlay. Please let me know what you thought of that speech. It took me a really long time to write, and I worked extremely hard on it. So I'd really like to know your opinion. In case you're wondering, I actually already did do this speech. It's done and over, but I thought I'd let you guys know it. So, yeah, thanks for watching. Have a great day, and peace out. Bye-bye, everyone. And don't forget to not stop being awesome. Yeah.
Be advised, hostile care package inbound.
Right down.
Friendly UAV inbound.
Come on, get up.
Securing Charlie.